The rain hit the cold marble like it was crying too. A little girl, barely 10, stood there with trembling hands. Her small shoes were soaked. Her eyes were red and tired. "Mom, I miss you," she whispered. She pressed her palm on the stone. Emma Collins, loving mother, kind heart. The letters blurred behind her tears. Her stepmother, Clara, rolled her eyes and sighed. "Enough, Lily," she said sharply. "Your real mother is gone. Stop acting." Lily didn't move. She stared at the name. She didn't understand how kindness could die so young. She didn't understand why love could be thrown away. Clara shifted the umbrella over herself. Not a drop touched Lily. Clara's voice went colder. "We're late. Get in the car." Lily kept her hand on the stone. "I need one more minute." Her voice shook. "Please." Clara's jaw tightened. She looked around the empty cemetery road. A car hissed past the gates. Wind tore through the wet trees. Clara took 2 steps back. Her eyes flashed with something mean. "Fine," she said. "Stay with your precious mother if you love her so much." Lily looked up, confused. The umbrella tilted away. Clara walked faster. The car door slammed. The engine roared. The tires slipped, then gripped. The dark sedan surged forward. It vanished into the rain. "Mom?" Lily whispered. Her voice fell into the wind. There was no answer, just the grave and the storm. She hugged her backpack tight. She sat beside the stone. Her tears mixed with the rain. The sky turned darker. Minutes crawled. Her fingers went numb. Her teeth chattered. No one came back for her. She tried to be brave. She counted to 100. She counted again. The counting did not help. She remembered good things. Warm cocoa, bedtime stories, her mother's soft laugh. The memories cut like glass. They were safe and painful at once. She pressed her forehead to the stone. "I will be strong," she whispered. A man walking his dog finally saw her. He stopped, shocked by the sight. "Hey kid, are you okay?" he asked. Lily didn't answer. Her lips were blue. Her body shook. She couldn't stand. He rushed to her. He covered her with his jacket. He called the police with shaking hands. "It's a child," he said. "She's freezing." The police came fast. Lights. Lights flashed against wet stones. An officer knelt by Lily. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Lily Collins," she whispered. Her voice was small and hoarse. "Any family we can call?" She shook her head. "They left me." Those 3 words broke the officer. They broke the man with the dog. They cracked the night itself. They would echo for years. They took her to a shelter. Blankets warmed her shaking legs. Hot soup burned her tongue a little. It still felt like love. A nurse named Mary sat beside her. "You're safe now," Mary said softly. "No one will hurt you here." Lily nodded. But safety felt thin, like paper in rain, like a dream she could lose. That night, Mary tucked her in. "You're a strong girl, Lily," she said. "You'll have a beautiful life one day." Lily stared at the ceiling. "Do you think Mom sees me?" Mary's eyes softened. "Mothers notice everything," she said, "even from far away." Lily turned on her side. She listened to the shelter's quiet hum. She made a promise under her breath. "I'll make you proud, Mom." But what happened next shocked everyone. Days became weeks. Lily learned the rhythm of the shelter. Chores, homework, lights out. She tried to smile again. She was quiet, polite, and smart. She helped kids fold laundry. She read to the little ones. The staff adored her. But each night, she cried silently. She pressed a hand to her chest. She mouthed her mother's name. She waited for an answer that never came. A social worker found a foster home. Then another. Then another. Some kind. Some cruel. She saved every coin she could. She took extra chores. She bagged groceries after school. She learned to fix things herself. At 13, she studied business videos. At 14, she ran a small stand. She sold repaired phones and cheap cases. She learned about margins and trust. At 16, she won a small scholarship. A local program noticed her grit. It wasn't much money. It meant the world. People laugh sometimes. You're too young to dream big. You're just the graveyard girl. Grow up. Lily didn't argue. She worked harder. She got up earlier. She stayed up later. She never forgot the rain. She never forgot the grave. She never forgot the car pulling away. The memory sharpened her purpose. Clara moved on with her life. She loved rich parties and colder rooms. She wore diamonds like ice. She told people she cared. She never mentioned the cemetery. She never said Lily's name. The past was a shadow she outran. Or so she thought. One morning a letter arrived. Old paper. No name. Just Lily Collins in faded ink. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Inside was a single line. If you want the truth about your mother, come home. At the bottom sat an address. Her old address. The house she had left in tears. The house that never called back. She stared at the letter for a long time. Her chest felt tight. Hope and fear collided inside her. She packed a small bag that night. The bus ride was silent and long. She watched fields slide past. She watched her reflection in the glass. She practiced calm breathing. She stepped off near her old street. The sidewalk felt smaller. The trees taller. Her heart louder. The house looked tired. Dust clung to the windows. Grass curled over broken stepping stones. Lights stayed dark. She knocked once, twice, 3 times. The door creaked open. Clara stood there, older, but the smirk was the same. Well, she said slowly. The little grave girl returns. Lily held the letter up. I came for answers. Clara crossed her arms. About what? My mother, Lily said. You lied, didn't you? Clara laughed. The sound was sharp and fake. Lied about what? That your mother's dead? Lily looked straight into her eyes. Yes. Clara's smirk trembled. Only for a second. Then her chin lifted. You're crazy. Go back to your small dreams. Lily didn't. Leave. She slipped the letter into her pocket. She kept her voice steady. Who sent this? Clara's gaze flicked to the hall table. A set of keys glinted there. A different brand. Lily noticed everything now. Get out, Clara snapped. You don't live here. Who sent the letter? Lily's question did not move. Her feet did not move either. Clara's eyes narrowed. You're not welcome. Clara tried to shut the door. Lily blocked it with her hand. Where is she? Lily demanded. Clara's throat worked. She's gone. Forget her. The words landed wrong. They shook as they fell. Lily saw fear in those eyes. Real fear. Truth hiding under heavy makeup. Hate covering a secret. Why is the letter in your house? Lily's voice was low and firm. Who leaves fresh keys on a table like that? Clara looked away. You're imagining things. I imagined a lot as a child, Lily said. This is not imagination. This is a trail. Push the door against Lily's palm. Leave before I call the police. Please do, Lily said. I'd love to explain the cemetery. The door froze. Clara's face drained. The mask flickered again. Get out, she whispered. Now. Lily lowered her hand. She stepped back. The door slammed. The lock clicked. Lily breathed out slowly on the porch. Her hands shook after the fight. but her spine held. Pieces were moving. A neighbor's porch light clicked on. An old man peered over the railing. "You okay, kid?" he asked kindly. "I'm fine," Lily said. He glanced at the dark house. "Some people don't change," he muttered. Then he went back inside. Lily stood there a moment longer. Then she turned toward the street. The night pressed close and heavy. She knew where she had to go. She headed for the graveyard. The path felt etched in her bones. She slipped through the iron gate. The gravel whispered under her shoes. She found her mother's grave by memory. Her hand reached for the stone. She froze. Something was wrong. The soil looked fresh. Not like a recent burial. Like someone had knelt there. Like someone had touched the earth with care. On the stone lay a small bouquet. Fresh lilies. Tied with a golden ribbon. Not a drop of dust on the petals. No one knew Lily loved lilies. No one but her mother. The thought sent lightning through her chest. She took a step back, shaking. "Mom?" she whispered. Her breath fogged the air. Are you out there?" A twig snapped by the trees. Her head whipped toward the sound. A figure moved in the shadows. A coat. A shoulder. A quick turn. "Hello?" Lily called. No answer. Footsteps quickened behind the hedges. A car door clicked somewhere beyond. She ran toward the noise. Gravel slid under her feet. Branches scratched her arms. She reached the fence. A black sedan rolled from the side lane. Its headlights stayed off. It melted into the night road. It was gone in seconds. Lily stood alone near the fence. Her chest heaved. She clutched the bouquet to her heart. It was warm from her hands. Someone had been there. Someone who knew lilies. Someone who knew the stone. Someone who knew her. She walked back to the grave. She set the flowers down again. She smoothed the ribbon with her thumb. Her voice shook, but it rose. "I'm not running," she said. "I'm not little anymore. I will learn everything. I will find you." Wind stirred the trees. Clouds dragged across the moon. A light rain began again. It felt like the sky nodding. But what happened next shocked everyone. The next morning, Lily went to the records office. She asked for death certificates. She asked for burial permits. She asked for maintenance logs. A clerk peered at a screen. "Emma Collins," he read. "Burial. 9 years ago. Standard record." He frowned. "That's odd." "What is it?" Lily asked. "The maintenance log shows activity yesterday," he said. "Just a note. Bouquet placed. Ribbon replaced." He looked up. "Family usually does that." "I have no family," Lily said. Her voice wobbled, but did not break. "There's also a caretaker note," he added. "Says a woman visits twice a year. Tall, dark coat. Pays in cash. No name." He shrugged. "Some folks like privacy." "Did she come yesterday?" The clerk checked the timestamp. "Last night. After closing." He scratched his temple. "How'd she get in?" Lily tucked her hair behind her ear. "Does the caretaker keep a spare key?" "Who?" "Sometimes," he said. "He might be at the grounds now." Lily thanked him and left. She walked back to the cemetery. She found the caretaker near the tool shed. He wore a faded cap and gentle eyes. "Sir," she said, "I have a question." He looked up and smiled. "Morning. What can I do for you? Did you see anyone here last night?" He squinted toward the far trees. "Maybe," he said. "Could have been a woman." "Did she leave anything?" He scratched his cheek. "Flowers at plot C17. His eyes flicked to Lily's face. "You know that grave?" "It's my mother's," she said. Something softened in his expression. "You're the little one," he murmured. "The one from the rain." Her throat tightened. Yes, she said. He nodded slowly. I remember, he said. Hard to forget. Do you remember the woman? Dark coat, he said. Careful hands. She placed the bouquet like it mattered. He met Lily's eyes. It mattered. Did she say her name? Did she say her name? He shook his head. She said little, but she asked if a girl ever visits. Lily's breath hitched. What did you say? I said, a girl came here once long ago, he said, and that she cried like the sky. Lily looked down at the path. Tears stung, but did not fall. Thank you, she whispered. You've helped a lot. She turned to go. The caretaker called after her. If you see her again, he said, ask her why her hands shook so much. Lily stopped. Her heart sprinted. Her hands shook? He nodded. Like she was holding back a storm. Lily walked back to the city. She thought about shaking hands. She thought about lilies tied with gold. She thought about keys on a table. She bought a cheap notebook. She wrote truth on the cover. She listed clues in clean block letters. 1. Letter in old handwriting. 2. 3. Clara's fear at the door. 4. 5. Fresh bouquet on the grave. 6. 7. Unknown woman visits twice a year. 8. 9. Caretaker saw her last night. 10. 11. Hands shaking. Cash payments. 12. 13. Black sedan. Headlights off. 14. She tapped the pen. She drew arrows between lines. She circled the word, mother. Then she underlined, alive? But what happened next? Shocked everyone. She needed money for time. She needed time for answers. She took extra shifts at the campus cafe. She freelanced fixing phones at night. She watched people carefully. She learned to read faces. She learned when a price could rise. She learned when a voice should soften. She built a small website. Fix Fast by Lily popped up in search. Her reviews were kind and steady. Her savings grew blade by blade. On Fridays, she visited the grave. She cleaned the stone with a soft cloth. She talked about her week. She left a single white lily. On the third Friday, a note appeared. It was folded under the ribbon. Her name was on the outside. Her hands shook as she opened it. Stop asking. It said, you're safer not knowing. The handwriting was older. The paper smelled like perfume. A tiny smear looked like a tear. Lily stared at the page. Who are you? She whispered. She turned the paper twice. Nothing else. No name. No date. She folded it carefully. She slid it into her notebook. She wrote a new line. 8. Note says, stop asking. She went to the house again. She knocked once, hard. Clara opened fast this time. Her eyes were puffy, like from bad sleep. You again, Clara muttered. What do you want now? Someone left me a note, Lily said. It says stop asking. Good advice, Clara replied. Her smirk did not reach her eyes. Did you write it? Clara snorted. I don't waste time on you. Then who did? Clara's fingers picked at her sleeve. You think the dead write letters? Her laugh cracked at the end. Leave the past where it belongs. Truth belongs in the present, Lily said. Clara leaned in. Her whisper smelled like bitter coffee. You will ruin lives if you keep digging. Maybe those lives need ruining, Lily said. Clara froze. For one long second, she had no answer. Then she closed the door gently. Not a slam, just a tired click. Lily stood there, stunned. Even her anger went quiet. Clara's warning sounded like a confession. It also sounded like fear of justice. If this story moves you, Stay close and subscribe for more. She went back to being the caretaker the next day. Did the woman pay for maintenance? He nodded. Every time, he said. Always in cash. Always polite. Does she ever speak a name? He looked at the sky, thinking. Once, he said. She said, for Emma. He scratched his cap. Voice cracked on the name. Lily pressed her lips together. Did she ever ask about me again? Not by name, he said, but she asked if the girl still believed. She asked that? He nodded. I told her belief is heavy, but some kids learn to carry it. He shrugged. She cried after that. Lily turned away so he wouldn't see her tears. Thank you, she said again. You keep this place kind. That's the job, he said softly. That night, Lily couldn't sleep. She stared at the ceiling again. Dark squares shifted as cars passed outside. Her mind replayed every clue. If the woman was not Clara, if the woman knew Lily's, if the woman's hands shook, if the woman's hands shook, the woman asked about belief. Then the woman cared. The woman carried regret. The woman watched from shadows. The woman was alive. Lily sat up. She opened her notebook. She wrote one more word in huge letters. Hope. She circled it 3 times. She took a deep breath. She wrote a plan below it. Find the woman. Prove the truth. She set an early alarm. She rose before dawn. She reached the cemetery gate at first light. She hid near the hedges and waited. Cars came and went. A jogger crossed the lane. A florist van rolled by. No black sedan. She returned at noon. Then at dusk. Then after dark. Still nothing. On the 4th night, the air turned cold. She shoved her hands in her pockets. She promised herself 1 more hour. She stayed anyway. Headlights finally appeared. They switched off before the gate. Lily held her breath. A dark shape stepped out. A woman in a long coat. A scarf covered her hair. She moved with careful steps. Her hands trembled as she walked. Lily's heart pounded so loud it hurt. She crouched lower in the hedge. She watched the woman kneel. She watched her place lilies on the stone. The woman traced the name with her fingers. Her shoulders shook once. She wiped her eyes fast. She whispered something too soft to hear. Lily stepped forward without thinking. Her foot cracked a twig. The woman flinched and turned. Their eyes met in the dim light. 1 heartbeat, 2 heartbeats, 3. A lifetime. The woman stood up. She took 1 step back. She opened her mouth. No sound came out. Lily raised a hand. Please, she whispered. The woman's gaze flicked to the gate. Fear flashed across her face. She turned and hurried away. Lily ran after her. Wait, Lily cried. Please, I just want... The woman reached the car and slid in. The engine started. The sedan rolled forward. Lily slapped her hand on the window. Please, she begged. Tell me the truth. A single word slipped through the gap. Soon. The glass rose again. The car eased into the road. It vanished into the night. Lily stood shaking on the lane. She walked back to the grave. She touched the cool stone. She laid her palm where the woman's hand had been. Her tears finally fell. Soon, she whispered back. Her voice steadied as she said it again. Soon. She didn't know it yet, but the word had already changed her life. It had set the clock for a meeting. It had set fire to an old lie. But what happened next shocked everyone. Lily returned to the house the following day. She knocked with quiet patience. Clara opened, pale and restless. Why won't you stop? She asked. Because you left me at a grave, Lily said. Because you told me to forget love. Because someone still loves me. Clara's mouth trembled. You don't understand, Clara said. Some truths burn everything. Then let them burn the lies, Lily said. Clara looked away and bit her lip. I don't have your answers, Clara said. Then who does? Clara hesitated a long time. She spoke so softly. Lily leaned in. Someone who never stopped paying, Clara said. For flowers. For silence. For distance. Why? To keep you safe, Clara whispered. Lily stepped back, like she'd been struck. Safe from what? From whom? Her mind filled with 1,000 doors, every one of them unlocked at once. Clara closed her eyes. Go home, she said. This will find you, whether I speak or not. Then she shut the door. Lily stood on the step, breathing hard. She looked at the street. She looked at the sky. She looked at her notebook. She wrote one last line for the day. 9. She said, to keep you safe. From what? From who? She looked at the word hope again. It no longer felt fragile. It felt like a small, bright engine. It warmed the cold parts of her chest. She put the notebook in her bag. She started walking back to the bus stop. Her shoulders squared. Her pace quickened. She was no longer the girl left in the rain. She was the girl following a living trail. She was the girl building proof. She was the girl who would not be erased. At the corner, her phone buzzed. An unknown number flashed. Her thumb hovered above the screen. She answered, Hello? Silence. A breath. Then a woman's voice, soft and shaking. Lily? Her heart stopped, then slammed forward. Who is this? She asked. Another breath. I can't say yet, the woman said. Please, Lily whispered. I'm so tired of almost answers. I will meet you, the woman said. Tomorrow. Noon. The old glass house in the park. The line clicked dead. Lily stared at the dark screen. Her reflection stared back. Her eyes were wide and wet. Tomorrow. Noon. The glass house. A door at last. She looked up at the sky. She tucked her hair behind her ear. She nodded to no one. Okay, she said. I'm ready. She turned toward the road. The city lights shimmered like promises. Her steps were steady and quick. The story was finally moving. Morning came too slowly. Lily didn't sleep. She sat by the window, replaying the call over and over. That voice, soft, shaking, familiar somehow. It had said her name like a memory, not a question. When sunlight touched her wall, she stood up. Her reflection looked stronger than before. She dressed in her neatest clothes, tied her hair, and took a deep breath. This was the day she might finally see her mother. The bus ride felt endless. Her mind swung between hope and fear. What if it wasn't real? What if it was a trap? She shook her head. No more fear. She'd faced worse. Already rain, loss, hunger, lies. This time, she'd face truth. The park looked almost the same as when she was little. Tall trees lined the path. Children laughed in the distance. And at the far end stood the old glass house, a forgotten building wrapped in vines and dust. Its windows reflected morning light like broken mirrors. The sign at the gate read, "Closed for renovation." But the side door stood, slightly open. Lily's heartbeat thudded in her ears. She stepped inside. The air smelled of rust and flowers. Broken pots lay scattered near the walls. Sunlight filtered through cracked glass, painting the floor gold. And there by the largest window stood the woman. A long dark coat, a scarf covering most of her face. Hands clasped in front of her, trembling slightly. Lily froze. The woman turned slowly, and in that moment, the world went quiet. The woman's eyes filled with tears. "Lily," she whispered. It was the same voice. Lily's lips parted. "Who are you?" The woman took a shaky breath. "It's me," she said softly. "Emma." Lily's legs almost gave out. "No," she said, shaking her head. "That's not possible." The woman took a step closer. "I'm your mother, Lily. I never died." Lily's breath hitched. Her mind tried to catch up with her heart. But I saw your grave," Clara said. "I know what she said," Emma whispered. "She wanted you to believe it. She made me disappear." The words felt unreal. Lily backed away, her heart pounding. "You faked your death?" Emma's eyes filled again. "I was forced to. I had no choice." "Why?" Lily's voice cracked. "Why would you let me think you were gone?" Emma's tears fell silently. "Because your stepfather, Clara's husband, was dangerous. He wanted everything I had. He wanted you gone too." Lily's head spun. She tried to process every word. "So Clara helped him?" Emma nodded slowly. "She was never his wife out of love. Only greed. They worked together. And when I found out, they turned on me." Lily's hands clenched into fists. Her chest burned with anger. "All those years, I thought you were gone. I begged for you. I cried every night." Emma reached for her. "Leave him." Emma reached for her. "I watched from far away, Lily. Every birthday, every school, every visit to the grave. Then why didn't you come?" Lily's voice broke. "You could have saved me." Emma's shoulders shook. "I was being hunted. They thought killing me was the only way to keep the money. I had to disappear to protect you." Lily turned away. Her eyes filled but didn't fall. "You let me live as an orphan. Alone." Emma stepped forward carefully. "I kept you alive, even from a distance. I paid for the shelters, the schools, the caretaker. Everything." Lily froze. "You did that?" Emma nodded. "Every month. I watched from the edges of your life. I wanted to come back, but the risk was too high." Lily's anger cracked just a little. "But, Clara," she whispered. "She knew?" Emma's face hardened. "She found out. She blackmailed me for years. Every month she demanded money. 'Stay gone,' she said, 'or I'll tell her you abandoned her.'" Lily gasped. It all fit the luxury, the secrets, the fear. Clara had fed off lies for years. "But why now?" Lily asked. "Why reveal yourself now?" Emma exhaled, slowly. "Because he's gone. Clara's husband died last month. The threat is over, and I can finally come home." The silence between them felt heavy. Birds chirped faintly outside the broken glass. Lily's tears finally fell. Emma reached out and gently cupped her face. "I'm so sorry, baby. I never wanted to leave you." Lily's voice came out as a whisper. "I waited for you." Emma pulled her into her arms. The hug broke both of them open. Years of distance collapsed into one moment. They stood like that for a long time. Neither spoke. Neither needed to. When they finally pulled apart, Emma wiped Lily's cheeks. "You've grown so strong," she said softly. "You're just like me." Lily smiled weakly. "You mean stubborn?" Emma laughed through tears. "Yes, that too." They sat on a bench covered in dust. Emma explained everything: how she'd changed her name, moved to another country, built a quiet business from nothing. She'd returned only after, hearing Clara was losing control. Lily listened, every word shaping a new truth. Her mother wasn't a ghost. She was a survivor. But peace never lasts long in stories like these. As they talked, Emma's phone buzzed. The screen flashed an unknown number. Her face paled. She declined the call quickly. "Who was that?" Lily asked. "No one," Emma said too fast. Her eyes darted toward the door. Her hands trembled again. "Mom?" Lily's voice tightened. "What's wrong?" Emma hesitated. "There are still people who don't want me back." What do you mean? Emma. Emma swallowed hard. Your stepfather's partners. They lost a fortune when I disappeared. So they're still watching? Emma nodded. I thought I had time. Maybe I don't. Lily stood up, fire in her voice. Then, we faced them together. Emma looked at her daughter, this grown, brave version of the girl she once held. You've changed so much, she whispered. I had to, Lily said. You left me no choice. Emma's eyes filled again. I know. And now, I'll fix everything. She took Lily's hand. Come with me. I'll explain on the way. Outside, they walked fast through the park. Lily's mind raced. Her heart burned with a mix of love and fear. Was she really safe now? Or was this just the start of another storm? They reached the parking lot. A black car waited there. Emma unlocked it. Get in, she said softly. Lily froze. It was the same model she'd seen at the graveyard, the same car that had sped away. Her voice trembled. Mom, that car. I know, Emma said quietly. I was there that night. I saw you. I couldn't face you yet. Lily's throat closed. The truth hurt, but it was real. She got in the car. They drove in silence for a while. The road stretched toward the city skyline. After a long pause, Emma spoke. There's something you should see. What is it? Lily asked. Emma's lips pressed tight. Proof, she said. Of everything. They stopped outside a tall building. Marble steps led to glass doors. A gold sign read, Collins Enterprises. Lily stared. This is yours? Emma nodded. Your inheritance. Everything they stole from us. And everything we're taking back. Her words carried a power Lily had never heard before. She wasn't just a survivor. She was a woman reclaiming her life. They entered the lobby. People greeted Emma respectfully. Good morning, Miss Collins. No one questioned Lily's presence. Inside her mother's office, the air smelled of new beginnings. A city view stretched behind a desk full of documents. Lily ran her hand along the glass edge. I used to dream about this, she said quietly. Having a place that's mine. Safe. Warm. Emma smiled. Then this is where your dream starts. She handed Lily a folder. Inside were papers, photos, contracts, proof of stolen assets, fake wills, secret transfers. Every piece of betrayal was right there. Lily's chest tightened. They took everything. Emma nodded. And now we'll take it back. Together. But before they could speak again, the door burst open. Clara stood there, eyes blazing. So, she hissed. The ghost finally shows up. Lily's heart jumped. Clara? Emma's face hardened. What are you doing here? Clara smirked. Following the trail you left. You really thought I wouldn't find you? Emma stepped in front of Lily. You've done enough damage. Leave. Clara laughed. Leave? Oh no. I came for what's mine. Nothing here belongs to you, Emma said sharply. You built your world on lies. Clara's grin twisted. And you built yours on fake death certificates. Lily's blood boiled. You left me in the rain, she shouted. You threw me away like trash. Clara's eyes flicked to her. And yet here you are standing tall. You should thank me. Lily stepped forward. Thank you? For stealing my childhood? Enough, Emma snapped. This ends today. Clara tilted her head. You think you can stop me? I know your secrets. I can destroy you both. Emma smiled coldly. Then destroy yourself, because you're part of those secrets. The room fell silent. Clara's face paled. You wouldn't. Oh, I would, Emma said. And I already did. She opened her laptop and pressed play. A video filled the screen, Clara counting money, signing false documents, forging Emma's signature. Lily watched in disbelief. "You recorded her?" Emma nodded. "Always keep proof, sweetheart." Clara staggered back. Her voice cracked. "You planned this?" "No," Emma said. "You did. I just waited for the truth to arrive." Security entered the office. Emma nodded once. "Take her away," Clara screamed as they dragged her out. "You'll regret this, Emma. You'll regret everything." Emma didn't answer. She simply turned to Lily. "It's over," she whispered. Lily shook her head. "No, it's just beginning." Emma smiled sadly. "You're right. Now the world will know who you are." Outside the building, sunlight poured over the city. For the first time in years, Lily felt warmth that didn't hurt. She looked at her mother. "Mom?" "Yes, sweetheart? Can we go to the grave one last time?" Emma nodded. "Yes, together this time." At the cemetery, they stood before the same stone. The grave that had once meant loss now meant truth. Emma knelt, brushed the dirt away, and whispered, "Thank you for keeping my secret, old friend." Lily placed a lily flower beside her. She smiled softly. "This isn't a grave anymore," she said. "It's where our story began." Emma nodded. "And where our new life starts." They held hands as the wind moved gently through the trees. The world felt quiet again, but in a peaceful way. If this story moves you, stay close. Subscribe for more. Reporters gathered outside the building by noon. News vans lined the curb. Cameras pointed at the glass doors. Lily watched from the lobby balcony. "Are you ready?" Emma asked softly. "4." Lily nodded. "I'm ready to tell the truth." They stepped outside together. Flashes burst like summer lightning. Questions flew at them fast. "Where have you been?" "Miss Collins, is the company still yours?" "Who is this young woman with you?" Emma placed a hand on Lily's shoulder. "This is my daughter," she said. "Her name is Lily Collins." The crowd gasped. The microphone stretched closer. Emma's voice stayed calm. "I was forced into hiding," she continued. "I was threatened and blackmailed, but I survived. And I returned." Lily lifted her chin. "I grew up in shelters," she said. "I know what loss feels like. We will rebuild this company with honesty," she added. "We will protect families like mine." The reporters kept shouting, but more softly now. The crowd felt the shift. The story had a heartbeat again. Back inside, Emma squeezed Lily's hand. "You were perfect," she said. "I just told the truth," Lily replied. They walked to the boardroom. A long table waited like a test. Several gray suits sat already. Some smiled. Some did not. At the far end sat Mr. Hale. He had been the old CFO. His eyes were cool and sharp. Beside him sat Miss Voss. She carried a slim folder. Her nails tapped the cover. Emma took her seat. Lily sat to her right. Ty, the legal head, sat to her left. "Let's begin," Emma said. Her voice was steady. "We're here to stabilize operations." Mr. Hale leaned back. "Stability is our concern too," he said. "But we can't ignore your absence." "I was in hiding," Emma said simply. "Under threat. Under extortion." Miss Voss folded her hands. "And now you expect instant trust? The market hates chaos." Lily spoke before fear could grow. "Chaos came from theft, not truth." "Lies created the mess," she said. "Truth is the fix." Some board members nodded. Others looked away. Ty placed a stack of documents down. "Here is proof of fraud," Ty said. "Forged transfers, fake approvals. Payments to shell firms connected to Clara." Mr. Hale's expression did not change. "Even if so, he said. Calm. Your control is not guaranteed. He slid a paper forward. Clause 12C, he said. Triggered after prolonged absence. Emma's jaw tightened. She knew that clause. It let the board reduce her power. Miss Voss slid a second paper. Interim chair proposal, she said. Signed by 5 members already. Silence dropped like a stone. Lily felt heat rise in her face. You would remove her now? Not remove, Mr. Hale said. Stabilize leadership. Until the market calms. Emma looked at Lily. Then back. You think fear will lead us? She said. It won't. Not today. Ty lifted another folder. Here's our response, he said. Updated voting rights. Proxy letters. Emma turned to Lily. Show them, she said. Lily stood, hands steady. She connected her laptop to the screen. Slides appeared. Simple. Clear. Powerful. Here's our plan, Lily began. Immediate audit. Zero tolerance policy. Compensation tied to clean growth. Here's our product map, she continued. Transparent pricing. Social impact line. A fund to support shelters and education. She changed the slide again. Here's community support, she said. Schools, shelter partners, families. Real people who trust us already. Numbers followed. Revenue forecasts, cost cuts. New channels. The logic held. The story held stronger. She closed with her voice steady. She said. It started with one. It must protect millions. Voss hesitated. But what happened next? Shocked everyone. Mr. Hale smiled without warmth. You speak well, he said. However, there is new information. He pressed his remote. A different slide appeared. Bank notices. Account freezes. Funds are restricted, Hale said. Regulatory review triggered. Cash burn will bury you. Emma's eyes flashed. Who filed the complaint? Hale's smile widened slightly. An anonymous party, he said. Possibly a concerned shareholder. Lily knew what that meant. Enemies were moving. Even now. They were trying to starve them. Ty leaned in. I can unfreeze a portion, he whispered. Payroll will clear. But vendors will scream. Emma nodded once. Do it, she said quietly. Lily's mind raced. If money was locked, they needed a bridge. They needed speed and trust. She stood again. Then we go direct, she said. We pre-sell our first product. The room blinked at her. Ty frowned gently. Pre-sell how? Open, online today, Lily said. Tell our story. Share our plan. Offer lifetime memberships. Mr. Hale snorted. This is not a lemonade stand. Lily didn't flinch. It's still about trust, she said. And trust can fund a future. Emma glanced at her. Surprised and proud. Make it safe and clean, she said. No debt traps. No hidden fees. Never, Lily replied. She turned to the board again. This is not a plea, she said. It's a pact. We build with the people we serve. A younger director spoke up. I'll buy the first 100, she said. My team will buy 2. 2 more joined her. The room shifted again. A spark caught. It refused to die. Hale watched, expression flat. Even if you raise cash, he said, the review remains. Our risk remains. Emma picked up her pen. Our risk is leadership, she said. And we choose it now. They called the vote. Hands lifted, one by one. The interim chair proposal failed. Emma stayed. In the seat. Lily felt her breath return. They had survived the first wall. They launched the pre-sale that afternoon. A simple page. Transparent promises. No tricks. Lily wrote the note herself. She wrote like she talked. She wrote like she lived. I grew up in shelters. It began. I stood by a grave in the rain. I kept walking. If this story moves you, stay close and subscribe for more. Orders began to appear. 10, 20, 100. Social posts bloomed across timelines. Shelter workers shared her link. Old classmates shared it too. So did the caretaker from the cemetery. He posted a photo of clean stones. I watched this kid fight storms, he wrote. Now she builds a roof for others. By evening, the counter rolled fast. 1,000 memberships. 2,000. More. Lily stood in the doorway, stunned. Emma wrapped an arm around her. They see you, Emma whispered. They always would. But what happened next shocked everyone. An article hit the web minutes later. Exclusive. The grave girl, heir returns. It wasn't kind. It wasn't fair. It mocked her childhood. It questioned her idea. It framed loss as drama. It framed truth as a stunt. Comments poured in. Some cruel, some kind. All loud. Lily's throat tightened. Old pain stirred. Emma touched her shoulder. Breathe, she said. Lily inhaled slowly. Exhaled slower. Pain did not rule her now. It just passed through. She opened her laptop again. She wrote a short reply. I was left at a grave. I found my way back. Now I'm building doors for others. You can stand with me, or watch. Either way, we're going forward. She hit post. Then she closed the tab. When they shout, Emma said, we build. They return to work. They cut waste. They renegotiated leases. They moved non-essential hires. Ty called with an update. Partial. Unfreeze approved. He said. Payroll safe. Vendors pending. Thank you, Emma said. Keep the pressure. A new email arrived a moment later. Subject line. Private meeting request. From Rivera Capital. Emma smiled slightly. Interesting, she said. She funds social rebuilds. Lily read the message twice. I've heard enough noise, it said. I'd like to hear your plan. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. The conference room felt different the next morning. Not hostile. Just serious. Mrs. Rivera arrived with one assistant. She was in her 60s. Her eyes missed nothing. Her smile was small but real. Thank you for coming, Emma said. Thank you for surviving, Rivera replied. Let's skip the press noise. They talked numbers first. They talked risks next. Then Lily spoke about meaning. I don't want pity money, Lily said. I want a partnership that builds. Mrs. Rivera nodded slowly. What do you build exactly? Products that help families stretch budgets, Lily said. Training for girls in shelters, micro-grants tied to learning, and radical transparency. Show me your earliest reports, Rivera said. Lily slid a folder across. Receipts, forecasts, customer notes. Nothing hidden. Rivera read in silence. She looked up after 10 minutes. You're not perfect, she said. You're honest. I value honest more. She closed the folder. My offer. 5 million, she said. Milestones. No games. Emma blinked. That fast? Rivera smiled. I invest in people who bled and kept building. You qualify. Lily swallowed hard. Thank you, she said. We won't waste a cent. Rivera stood. One more point, she said. Mr. Hale called me last night. Lily's chest tightened. What did he say? He warned me not to trust you. Rivera said. He said you would play the orphan card. Emma's eyes went cold. And? Rivera shrugged. I grew up with 5 sisters, she said. We had one card. Work. See you Monday. She left as quickly as she came. The room exhaled with her. Lily laughed. Then cried. Then laughed. Emma hugged her again. Welcome to the next chapter, she said. But what happened next shocked everyone. Hale moved faster. A smear campaign hit the feeds. Leaked emails heavily edited, circulated online. They claimed Emma stole charity funds. They claimed Lily paid for scripts. They claimed the caretaker lied. Ty traced the source. Bot network, he said. Cheap, loud, sloppy. Lily stared at the screen. Should we fight every lie? Emma shook her head. We fight with results, she said. We answer with receipts. They released a public dashboard. Live numbers. Every dollar in and out. Every vendor check. The comments changed tone. Skeptics turned curious. Curious turned supportive. Supporters brought others. Hale tried another angle. He called an emergency board vote. Misconduct, the notice claimed. Reputational harm. They walked in ready. Rivera sat at the end this time. So did the younger directors. So did 2 new allies. Ty placed a new folder, down. Before we vote, he said, you should see this. He clicked play on a recording. Hale's voice filled the room. It was a call with a journalist. He described the bot plan himself. He bragged about freezing cash. He bragged about the clause. He bragged about breaking the rain girl. The room went still as stone. Hale's face drained of color. Miss Voss slid her chair away. Emma stood slowly. This is your stability? She asked. Crushing families for a headline? Hale tried to speak. Words tangled in his throat. He looked smaller than before. The vote was quick. Hale was removed from the board. Compliance escorted him out. Voss resigned on the spot. She could not meet Lily's eyes. She left without a word. Emma sat down again. Her hands shook for a second. Lily covered them with hers. You held the line, Lily whispered. 2 weeks changed everything. Rivera's funds cleared. Payroll smoothed out. Vendors returned with cautious smiles. The pre-sale crossed 50,000 units. Lily visited a shelter with new tablets. She set up training labs. Girls lined up with bright eyes. Is it really free? One asked. Free with effort, Lily said. Work hard. Learn fast. We'll open doors together. The caretaker visited the office. He wore his nicest shirt. He carried a small box. I found this behind the shed, he said. Old, but yours, I think. Inside lay a faded photo. Emma holding baby Lily. A date scrawled at the corner. A simple line on the back. For hope. Emma pressed the photo to her heart. Lily took it and smiled through tears. Thank you, she said. You kept more than stones. He nodded, eyes wet. Keep going, he whispered. You're almost there. If this story moves you, stay close and subscribe for more. They prepared for the shareholder summit. It would decide full control. It would decide the company's future. Emma rehearsed her speech at night. Lily rehearsed the plan. In the day. Ty locked down the legal angles. Rivera sent a short message. Stand tall. Talk clean. People are starving for truth. The day arrived like thunder. The hall filled with voices and screens. Some cheered. Some frowned. All watched. Emma stepped to the podium first. She told the truth without drama. She spoke of safety and courage. She spoke of hiding and return. Then Lily stepped up. She didn't use notes. Her voice was clear and direct. I was left in the rain, she said. I was told to stop asking. I kept asking. I will build a company that never punishes truth, she said. I will build products that help families breathe. I will report results in daylight. She paused, then smiled gently. If you want easy lies, vote me out, she said. If you want hard truth, stand with me. The room was silent. Then hands began to rise. More hands. Many hands. The vote passed by a wide margin. Emma's control returned fully. Lily was named president of New Ventures. Emma hugged her on stage. I'm proud of you, she whispered. You turned rain into a map. But what happened next shocked everyone. A final letter arrived that evening. No return address again. Lily opened it with steady hands. You won the first battle, it read. But they were never the biggest threat. Look east. The letter continued. A partner abroad holds the last keys. He funded your stepfather. He wants the company next. A name sat at the bottom. It was short. It was cold. Morrow. Ty lifted his brow. International, he said. Deep pockets. No mercy. Emma folded the letter slowly. We take the fight to him, she said. No more hiding. No more shadows. Rivera's message pinged again. You'll need allies overseas, it said. I know a few. Fly soon. Lily looked at the city lights. They did not look like promises now. They looked like a launch pad. She glanced at her mother. Are you scared? She asked. Emma smiled. Tired. And fierce. I'm alive, she said. That's all the courage I need. Lily nodded. Then we fly, she said. We end this. And we build bigger than fear. They stood at the window a long time. Two silhouettes, one shared fire. The night felt less heavy. The future felt near and loud. Tomorrow would be a new storm. But tonight, they had truth, time, and a team. They had a plan and a platform. They had each other at last. The plane dipped through gray clouds as London appeared below. Lily pressed her forehead to the window and watched rain draw lines. A year ago, she slept under a leaking roof and counted losses. Now she was flying toward the man who tried to erase her mother. Beside her, Emma studied a folder packed with copies and tabs. Years of fear had become dates, signatures, and quiet, steady proof. We go for truth, not revenge, Emma said, voice calm and firm. Truth is war sometimes, Lily answered. But it saves real lives. The jet rolled to a stop. Engines faded into a cold morning. A driver met them with a card using Emma's former last name. He led them through wet streets to a tower of steel and glass. Morrow Industries, burned in white letters above a silent lobby door. Security scanned badges, eyes polite and blank behind careful manners. The elevator rose like an arrow, shot through fog and distance. On the top floor, white marble framed a pale gray skyline. A tall man turned from the window, silver hair set like armor. Emma Collins, he said. I wondered when the ghost would stop hiding. Emma did not flinch. I survived, she said. Ghosts don't sign affidavits. He tipped his chin toward Lily. And this is the graveyard girl. Lily stepped forward. I'm the reason you can't sleep at night. Morrow smiled. A thin smile that never reached his eyes. Sit, he said. It's cold outside. Let's keep this civil. They sat across a black table, reflecting their hands like mirrors. You funded my husband, Emma said. You built lies on my work. He was efficient, Morrow replied. He turned sorrow into steel. You call cruelty efficient? Lily asked. You call broken families growth? I call it business, he said, pouring tea he didn't drink. Emma set a flash drive on the glass with a soft click. What's this? He asked, reaching with careless fingers and steady breath. Proof, Lily said. Transfers, emails, shell roots, and approvals. He tried to laugh, but the sound slid off his tongue. "You imagine I fear a drive," he said, pocketing the small shape. Emma raised her phone. "The stream is live," she said, eyes level. A message burned. "Stream active audience." Climbing fast across the world. Ty was in Lahore, feeding documents to a verified public channel. Reporters watched. Shelters watched. Board members and rivals watched too. Morrow reached across the table, but Lily caught his wrist hard. "Touch her phone, and it goes global," Lily said, voice firm. He froze there, anger folding into bright, cold calculation. "What do you want?" he asked, low and winter flat. "Restoration," Emma said. "All stolen shares, property, and disguised cash." "And written apologies," Lily added. "Not for us. For the harmed." "You'll wreck your company," he muttered. "Markets hate scandal and noise." "Will rebuild clean," Emma said. "Markets love daylight and courage." Silence stretched. Rain ticked the glass. A siren cried far below. Finally he signed. The pen scratched, like a door unlocking itself. Emma countersigned without shaking. Lily filmed the page and the time. The mask slid from his face, leaving years of fear and rust. "Get out," he whispered. "Take your victory and leave my building." "We'll take only what's ours," Emma said. "You can keep your ghosts." They walked past portraits of men who smiled without any warmth. The elevator fell like a stone, and then let them breathe again. On the street, air smelled like buses, wet stone, and roasted nuts. Lily leaned on the car. "It's done," she said, surprised by softness. Emma looked up at the gray sky. "No," she said. "It's beginning." News broke before lunch. Feeds filled with clips, quotes, and receipts. Headlines screamed, "Mother and daughter reclaim stolen empire." "Clean house." Some called them heroes. Others called them actresses with fine lighting. Lily posted one line. "We choose truth. Come build with us." Orders hit their pre-sale page like rain on metal roofs. Vendors called back. Staff returned. The lobby felt like air after thunder. Emma formed a new structure and folded the old shell into it. Half company, half mission, all audited lines and open dashboards. Lily took the foundation desk and filled it with clean notebooks. She wrote programs for shelters, training grants, and fast support. She met girls in crowded halls wearing borrowed shoes and bright hope. "You're the girl from the video," one whispered, twisting nervous hands. Lily smiled. "I'm proof you can climb out and up." They laughed until fluorescent lights looked almost kind and soft. At night, Lily worked late, headphones on, lists taped beside screens. Emma brought tea and slipped a blanket over her shoulders gently. "You don't have to fix everything," Emma said, brushing hair back. "Maybe I can fix a corner," Lily said, eyes still on files. "Start with sleep," Emma said. "There's more morning than night." Lily slept at last without a grave in her dreams. Then everything changed. A letter arrived without a name and a neat foreign stamp. "You exposed one empire. You forgot the others," the line read. Emma's face went pale, the way paper pales near heat. "There were partners," she said. "Hidden funds, seated in other hands. We know how to fight now," Lily said. "Invite them to light." They prepared statements, locked servers, and widened legal circles. Ty patched the stream stack and smiled without much sleep. "You owe me a vacation," he said. "Someplace without routers." "You pick it," Lily said, and meant it with tired gratitude. The next weeks were rebuild, audit, and walks without umbrellas. They returned to the glass house that once held a trembling meeting, Sun poured through, repaired panes like a promise, rehearsed every day. Emma touched the old frame. This is where you said soon. This is where soon learned to be brave. Lily answered softly. Reporters asked for sit-downs, and donors asked for milestones. Lily gave both. Simple numbers. Plain words. No heavy polish. A podcaster asked, "What turned pain into power for you?" Small steps, Lily said, and people who refused to look away. Clara wrote from prison once, then again, each letter smaller and sadder. I don't deserve peace, one line said, but I hope you find yours. Lily visited once and forgave without ceremony or extra words. I won't come again, she said. Live honest in the time left. On the sidewalk after, rain began, soft and almost friendly on skin. Emma greeted her with towels and a quiet, worried look at home. It didn't break me, Lily said. It closed the circle we needed. They ate noodles on the balcony with Ty and traded light jokes. City lights looked like steady fires that learned not to burn. Emails grew kinder. A school that once rejected Lily wrote again. We'd be honored to host your program. The dean wrote in caps. Say yes, Emma said. Teach where a door once stayed shut. Lily answered with a smiley and a calendar link that Ty sent. He grinned. I'm management now, he said. Mock. Serious. And sweet. They stood for a photo under a sign that read, Open to all. Later, the caretaker visited, hat in hand, shirt ironed just right. I found this, he said, holding a faded photo from years ago. Emma with baby Lily, both laughing, a corner bent and soft. On the back, a line. For hope, in case we lose our way. Emma pressed it to her chest, then passed it to Lily gently. It feels like a map, Lily said. Only it points to us. Payroll smoothed, vendors smiled, and the board ended the old clause. The market steadied like water after a long wind finally rests. The lobby filled with flowers sent from a dozen grateful shelters. A card said, Thank you for finding us before the world did. Lily cried in the elevator and let it be quiet grief. She wiped her face, fixed her hair, and walked out smiling. Ty rolled his chair over. We funded 300 seats this morning. 400 by night, Lily said. Bet a coffee on that. Loser buys pastries, he said. The kind dusted with sugar. Emma tapped a glass and gathered the room for a quick update. We close the Morrow audit Friday, she said. Then we plant trees. Trees? Someone asked, pen hovering above a yellow sticky note. Scholarships. Emma smiled. Roots first, then branches, then fruit. Photos from stream day, hung framed along a simple hallway. They didn't look like trophies. They looked like doors held open. But what happened next shocked everyone. An old investor filed a claim and tried to freeze one account. He argued stability and used fiduciary and oversight order like hammers. Ty called from a cab, hair wild, laptop open on his knees. I can unfreeze payroll, he said. Vendors might sweat for a week. We'll talk to them, Lily said. Tell truth before rumors talk. She hosted a live town hall with staff, suppliers, and shelter leads. Here's what's happening, she said. Here's our plan and nets. Questions came fast, then slower, then turned into pledges and applause. An email dinged from Rivera. They didn't need the call, but the line felt like armor. The judge denied the freeze, praised dashboards, and scolded the claimant. The ruling read like a poem written in practical ink. Lily framed the page and slid it behind a plant, half hidden. "It's for us," she said, "not for anyone else to clap." That night, she walked the quiet office and listened to vents. She touched desk corners and whispered thank you to the rooms. Emma watched from the doorway and saw a leader honor small things. "I'm proud of you," she said. "You turned rain into routine beauty." Lily hugged her, quick and tight, then laughed and wiped tears. If this story moves you, stay close and subscribe for more. Morning brought letters from cities, asking for pilot sites and training. Lily built a team focused on schools that had closed early. "Bring laptops, hot tea, and patient volunteers," she said to the room. They rode buses into neighborhoods where maps forgot to draw lines. Classrooms filled with kids who loved questions more than neat answers. A girl asked, "What if we fail?" Voice small but not scared. "Fail loud," Lily said. "Then learn quiet and try again Monday." They cheered like fans. The principal cried into a sleeve and laughed. On the flight home, Lily closed her eyes and finally slept easily. Emma watched the wing and held her daughter's sleepy hand in hers. The world began to change faster than either of them expected. Lily's name appeared in magazines, business papers, and podcasts. She didn't chase the fame, but the world came running anyway. People called her the girl who built sunlight out of rain. She always smiled and said, "The light was already there. I just stopped hiding." Weeks turned into months. The foundation grew. Shelters became classrooms. Girls who once begged for food now built websites and apps. Lily visited every center herself, walking through narrow streets in jeans and a simple white shirt. Children waved when they saw her. "Miss Lily, tell us how you did it," a small boy shouted one day. She knelt and smiled, by not giving up when people did. They laughed, and that sound filled her chest with something no money could buy. Emma watched from a distance, proud and quiet. Sometimes she couldn't believe this was her daughter, the same child she'd once left at a grave. Lily was becoming everything Emma had dreamed of being. But more than success, it was peace that made Emma's eyes soften. At night, Lily worked late, planning new projects. She had a habit now. Every time she signed a new deal, she wrote one small thank you note to herself. Just one line. "I made it another step." One evening, as the city lights blinked below, Ty joined her on the balcony. He leaned against the railing, sipping soda from a can. "Do you ever stop?" he asked. Lily laughed. "If I stop, I'll start thinking." "About what?" "The grave, the rain, the letters, everything that used to hurt." Ty looked at her carefully. "Maybe that pain built your strength, but you don't owe it forever." She turned to him. "Then what do I owe?" "Yourself," he said simply. "And the next girl, who thinks she's alone." She smiled. "That's exactly who I'm doing it for." They stood in silence, wind brushing their faces, neon lights painting the sky pink and blue. The next morning, Emma called Lily to her office. "There's an invitation," she said, handing over a gold-embossed letter. Lily read aloud, "United Nations Women's Summit keynote speaker." Her hands froze. "Me?" Emma nodded. "They want your story." Lily laughed nervously. "The one with graves and lies?" "The one with hope and rise," Emma corrected. A month later, Lily stood before thousands of people in Geneva. The hall glowed with quiet anticipation. She took a deep breath and began. "When I was 15, someone left me at a grave and told me my mother was gone. Years later, I found her alive and stronger than ever. We didn't come back to seek revenge. We came back to build something clean." Her voice trembled once, then steadied. "I learned that love doesn't vanish. It just waits for courage to find it." The crowd rose to their feet, clapping loud and long. Emma sat in the front row, eyes wet, pride written across every line of her face. When Lily stepped down, reporters surrounded her, but she walked straight to her mother and hugged her tight. "No award feels like this," she whispered. Emma laughed softly. "That's because this is real." After the summit, donations tripled. Foundations from 5 countries signed up to partner with Rise from Rain. Lily's inbox exploded with letters, some from strangers, some from the girls she had helped. One message simply said, "You gave me a reason to wake up." She read it 3 times before replying, "You always had the reason. I just reminded you." Months passed, and one day, a familiar envelope appeared on Emma's desk, the same prison handwriting. Clara's final letter. Emma opened it slowly. "I've been teaching art classes here. The girls remind me of Lily, curious and fierce. I know I can't undo what I did, but if I ever mattered, tell her I tried to change." Emma didn't cry this time. She just folded the letter neatly and placed it in a drawer labeled Past. Lily saw it later and smiled faintly. "She's finding her own peace," she said. Emma nodded. Even rain deserves rest. Time moved again. Lily bought back the land where the old cemetery stood. Not to erase it, but to rebuild it. Within a year, a glass building rose from that soil. It wasn't an office, not a shrine. It was a learning center, with bright walls and open doors. Children played where silence once lived. A sign on the front read, "Hope grows here." Lily walked through the hall one evening, hearing laughter echo off glass. She ran her fingers along the wall and whispered, "We did it, Mom." Emma joined her quietly, carrying 2 mugs of tea. "You turned pain into power," she said. Lily shook her head. "We turned loss into life." They stood by the large window overlooking the city. Lights blinked below like 1,000 promises. Emma took a deep breath. "Do you ever miss the quiet days?" Lily smiled. "Only the parts where we dreamed of better ones." Emma laughed softly. "Then, keep dreaming. Just louder, this time." That night, Lily couldn't sleep. She walked outside, the air cool and full of stars. She sat by the fountain in front of the new building and took out her old notebook, the same one she carried when she was nobody. On the first page, the word hope was still circled, edges worn. Beneath it, she wrote, "They left me by a grave. I left them a garden." She closed it slowly, smiling to herself. A voice came from behind. "Still writing endings?" It was Ty again, holding a camera. "Endings?" Lily said, turning to him. "No. Just beginnings disguised as ones." He laughed. "Then what's next?" Lily thought for a moment. "I don't know. But whatever it is, it starts with truth." A soft breeze moved through the trees. The sound of children playing drifted through the glass walls behind them. Lily looked up at the stars. Once, they had looked too far away. Now, they looked close enough to touch. The next morning, an email arrived from the president of an investment group. He wanted to merge Rise from Rain into a global initiative, offering billions in expansion funds. Lily smiled. "We don't need billions," she said, replying from her phone. "We just need people who believe." Emma looked over her shoulder. "Still modest. Still real," Lily said. By the end of that year, Rise from Rain reached 7 countries. Girls who had nothing now became teachers. Some started their own companies. Some came back to volunteer. And one sent a video message from Kenya saying, "You gave us wings." Lily cried, watching it, then laughed through tears. "Guess we're building a sky now," she said to Emma. On New Year's Eve, they gathered at the glass house. The first class of students graduated from their 1-year training program. Lily gave a short speech. "You don't need to be born rich to matter," she said. "You just need to refuse the idea that you're less." The room erupted in applause. Emma clapped the hardest. Ty recorded every moment. After everyone left, Lily stayed back, looking at the last light fading over the city. She whispered softly, "Mom, do you ever think about that night at the grave?" Emma nodded slowly. "Every time I see you shine." Lily turned to her. "Why?" "Because it reminds me how far we came from the dark," Emma said. Lily hugged her mother tight. "We made it out together." Emma smiled. "No, sweetheart. You let us out." The night grew quiet again. Fireworks began somewhere far away. The reflection of color danced across the glass house walls. For the first time in forever, Lily didn't feel like she was chasing peace. She had become it. As the last spark of light faded into the sky, Lily whispered one final line to herself. She smiled and added softly, "If this story moves you, stay close and subscribe for more." The camera of fate pulled back one last time. Two women standing under silver light, one holding the hand of the other, their laughter echoing where rain once fell. The grave was gone. Only growth remained.